More than just about anything we buy, alcoholic drinks get to Americans along paths rigidly set by state laws. Those laws have been around since the 21st Amendment ended Prohibition in 1933. In most places, there's a three-tiered system of producers, wholesalers, and retailers with very strict rules about who can do what. Usually, only retailers can sell to the public, and only wholesalers can bring products in from out of state. But in the past decade, this system has begun to bump up against 21st century marketing trends and the explosive growth of new boutique brands of wine, beer, and spirits that consumers can often only get outside the traditional supply line.
You know, the internet has opened a whole new concept, which is a challenge in many cases to the three-tier system. And it's also created consumers that believe that if it's something that they want, they should be able to get it.
Wholesalers and distributors, the middlemen of the system, are worried about losing their central position. They've been battling producers and retailers in court, and this year they've donated more than $1 million to congressmen working on a law making it harder for those favorable rules to be challenged in federal court. Beer, wine, and liquor producers and retailers have countered with their own political giving and lobbying efforts that peaked during a House Judiciary Committee hearing in September.
I drafted or authored this bill because I believe it is an issue that demands immediate attention. It has an important goal. It's a very simple one, and that's to protect communities, protect children, and protect families.
We are obviously going to support representatives who support socially responsible alcohol beverage delivery systems. And we're going to do that, continue to do that, because we think it's in their long-term interests.
But what I see is all of the protection appears to be in the middle tier, and now what they're doing is shutting down any opportunity that either a producer or a retailer or a consumer would have to challenge the laws as they're established, and which may be discriminatory and limit access.
Everyone in the alcohol industry says they try to responsibly serve customers, whether they do business through warehouses and highly trained marketers, or tasting rooms and direct shipping of their bottles. But it's clear that alcohol regulations also strongly influence who wins and loses in a market worth hundreds of billions of dollars.
If you look around, there are thousands and thousands of wineries in this country, tens of thousands across the globe, and there's only so much shelf space. But wholesalers do a great job of bringing products from all over the world and all over this country to the consumer. The consumer, if you ask the consumer, is inordinately satisfied. 80–90% say the system is great the way it is. They are perfectly content with it, and the selection is beyond their imagination, because they don't even know what to do when they go into a liquor store and see so much variety and selection. We don't want to go back to the days when alcohol was viewed as a bad thing. So what we're trying to do is maintain a reputable, responsible industry, and our response is based upon that.
Three-tier system really only works when each of the tiers are equally protected, and I'm not sure that this kind of legislation would do that. It's just difficult for me to understand what it is they're trying to fix, and I can only assume that it's some sort of a protectionist deal on their part. And my concern is that it doesn't protect me, and it doesn't help me, and it also doesn't protect or help the consumer in the end. And it's the consumer that's going to pay the price.
Courtroom battles over liquor laws may seem drier than last year's Chardonnay, but the fight over distribution systems and the laws that control them affects everyone who drinks or makes a living from alcohol. The issue will likely set up another round of spending and lobbying by the alcohol interests of Washington next year.
A change of Congress, by the way, is not the worst thing in the world. It gives us a chance to educate new members about the importance of the three-tier system, about the accountable system that we have. A new Congress just simply gives us an opportunity to go up there and talk to more people about how important it is to maintain strong and accountable alcohol regulatory systems.